Hi, it's and welcome back to my channel for another bullet journal video. And today I am sharing my second yearly setup for 2022. I ran out of space in my first notebook, so I am switching to my second one. I am keeping the same brand of notebook, which are the dingbat notebooks from the wildlife collection. I just switch which color I'm using for this second half of the year. I'm using the black duck one, and if you want to get one for yourself, I have a code OA10 for 10% off your next order for dingbat notebook. And also, all of my supplies will be linked in the description box down below, so don't forget to check that out if you want to see what I'm using. Without further ado, let's jump straight into this video. So I'm doing the cover page, which I kept really simple with just simple lettering, a style of writing just 2022 and the month from which where this bullet journal is going to be used, which is from July to December. And I am keeping the same theme that I did for the first half of the year, which was rainbow themed. I thought that it was not necessary to find another theme, and I thought that it would look a lot better and keep things a lot more cohesive. Also, I will not be doing some of my trackers again. So I had an anxiety in Pixel, a year in Pixel. So those type of spread I am not gonna do again in this journal. I would just keep using my old one just because it's a lot easier and it would take way too long to copy everything into this journal. So I'm just gonna keep it as easy as possible and not do them again. But I took this opportunity to try out some new spreads to see if they will work in my bullet journal. And now we are moving on to the key page for this setup. So I just made it a lot more small than what I did for the beginning of the year, because I do not have the school section this time. For anyone who's new to my channel, I had to drop out of high school because my school was not wheelchair accessible, so I had to give up on studying because they wouldn't do online schooling for only one student. So I had to give up on that, and I am no longer going to school, which is fine. So I have just a basic key, and it's really something that is personal, so you can take inspiration of what I'm using, but I think it's important that you really find what works best for you in terms of making a key, because you will work with it so much more and it will be so much easier if you not just try to copy someone else's. When I first started, looked on Pinterest and found a key, and I just copied it, and I just started using my own symbols as time went on. I just found what works for me. A little example is that I have a square for task, a circle for event, and I don't know what the word for it is, a crystal thing for appointments, and then I have a little birthday present for the birthdays and a clock for deadlines. And we are moving on to the goal section. I decided to put it right at the front this time. I feel like it's more motivating if you can see them every time you open your notebook. So it's just a little trial, and instead of doing just sections of goal like personal, work, and stuff like that, I decided to go with the month to set myself goals for each month, so I can reevaluate my goals every single month and be a lot more precise with what I want to do and what I am trying to accomplish, and just everything in general. I feel like it's way too easy to just set goals at the beginning of the year and just forget about them, because there is no specific dates or specific times to accomplish it or steps to get to that goal. Because by doing it by month, you can make smaller goals for each month in order to accomplish a bigger one. So for this layout, I went with separating the page into 2 by the middle, and then I did a little smaller than the whole page for each section, and then it is divided by 3, and it's just a lot smaller and I think more visually appealing. So I don't know, I'm really excited to try this. Also, I'm so sorry for the weird lighting flash. I have been having some troubles with the weather trying to record, because it has been really gloomy and just with a lot of I don't know, just clouds in general. And when I started recording this, the weather was not so great, and suddenly when I started recording, the sun came out, and like it was out for a second and then it was not anymore, and so the lighting was a little bit hard to control. But hopefully it's not too bad when you're actually watching this. I'm gonna try my best to make it not look like it is a lot. But we moved on to the energy tracker, which is one of those new trackers that I will be trying this month. I really started using one in May. I added it with my sleep tracker, just a mini version of it, but I think it's more important for me to see in general over a longer period of time whether there is a lot of changes in my energy or not. So I thought that having a year in pixel style energy tracker would help me even more to pinpoint high energy periods or low energy period, and also look at my monthly stats to see if anything has a link to my energy. So it's more of a trial and error thing to see if it could work. So hopefully it will. I'm still not sure how it is gonna work for me because I haven't started using it yet. I think I will either start at the middle of June or at the beginning of July. I'm still unsure about that, but anyways, I'm really excited to use this one, and I think it's gonna make a big difference for me in how I actually function and how I track. So yeah, that's it for this one. We can move on to the next one, which is a 22 average page. I have been wanting one of these for so long, but just haven't gotten to make one. And I've seen a lot of those on TikTok lately, and I just gave up and just did one. So what it is a page to reference the averages of your trackers that you have on your monthly spreads or yearly spreads. So for me, I have one line for each month of the year, and then I have a column for anxiety, which is my anxiety in pixel spread, my pixel, so my year in pixel spreads, my sleep, my water, and my pages read per month for each month basically. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go to my pages and I'm gonna calculate the average. So for example, for the year in pixel, I am writing my days by numbers of stars. So I will count for each day the value point of the numbers of stars, and then I will divide it by the number of days in the month, and that will give me an average of how my days were. Same things for every single one. So for my anxiety, it will give me the level overall of anxiety. For my sleep, the average hours. For the water, how much I drank and how many pages I read. And like that, I can easily compare month to month and see also if anything has a link. So if multiple things are increasing or decreasing or anything like that, really. So hopefully I will enjoy this page, but I'm so excited to fill it in. Also, if you want to see me filling these pages in, you can follow me on Instagram or on TikTok. I usually share those kind of things, and I also post daily things on there. So if you want to see a lot more content, then I highly suggest you check out my social medias, which are in the description box down below. So moving on, we are onto the calendar spread for the second half of the month. Of the year, which is this full 2-page spread where I have just a basic calendar for each month. It is kind of a future log or year at a glance spread kind of thing, except that I don't have a free roam and just put myself the date and what it is. I just fill in the space for that specific day of the month, because usually I don't have multiple things on one day. And with this type of spread, I can actually add things in July when I am in July for November or December without having to make my monthly setup. And so like that, informations or appointments or anything important doesn't get lost because I haven't made the monthly spreads yet. Obviously I have a calendar on my phone, but it is more visual for me to see on paper what my month is gonna look like for appointments. If you're new to my channel, you may not know that I am chronically ill, so I have a lot of doctor's appointments and just a lot of things like that coming up far in advance. So sometimes I have my appointments for 6 months ahead or stuff like that. So it is really helpful for me to have one like this. The way it works is basically that I have the height of the calendar is the height for the numbers of days, so 31, plus a 1 square at the top for the title of the month, which is July. And then the first column all the way on the left is all the numbers from 1 to 31. And then for each month I have a column with which day of the month it will be. So for example, on July the 1st is a Friday, and for August it is a Monday, and so on and so forth. So I can see easily where I am in the weeks, and I always put colors on the weekends so it's easier to see. And we can move on to my next spread, which is also a brand new spread for me, which is a playlist, which will be 2 songs per month. So as you can see, I have 2 columns for the songs, and then in the middle I added the first letter of the month. So for each month I will be able to add 2 songs that I listen to the most for that month. I am hopefully going to use this spread. I already had one like this for the month, but I always forgot to actually use it, and I would like so much to have this for the future, to look back on it. It's such a cool way to have memories of maybe in 10 years to be able to see, oh, I was listening to that on, I don't know, August of 2022. So I think it's really such a cool thing, and I can't wait to look back on it. I just kept the design really simple and pretty minimalist. I just have a pause button and the little arrows at the bottom of the little squares. So nothing fancy, nothing crazy. I just have the space at the top of the rectangles to add the title and artist of the songs, and I still color coded all of the letters for each month. So I really like this one. I think it's not too overwhelming, so hopefully it's gonna encourage me to actually use it. And the next spread that we are going to have is also the last one of this video, and it is a books to read spread. So it is kind of a bookshelf spread, which I absolutely love. I have been getting back into reading this year. I have been an avid reader for so many years now. And I was always a big reader when I was in school, and I just lost my love for reading. I don't know why, but at some point I kind of lost it this past few years, maybe because of stress. But this year I really decided that I would make a priority to read more. And what I did was to set myself a goal of reading only 10 pages per day. So not a lot, but usually just by reading those 10 pages, I would just keep going because it was a good place in the book and I wanted to know more. And it was just a perfect way to push myself to read a lot more, which I am so happy about. But it is almost the end of this video, so I'm gonna have to end it here. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful for you. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe for more and turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And also check out my other social medias, like this video and put a comment. It always helps my channel out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!